Greetings and blessings. Greetings and blessings, everyone. Grand Rising Consciousness. Welcome to One Love Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Rodney. I'm so glad that you are here. And we also are here with Ellen Suazo, who is right now in the background. And knowing that right where you are, the presence of the divine is. And as we always do, we start off with our opening song, Choosing Heaven Today. So remember, your job, whether in this broadcast or you're watching and recording or any day and every day throughout your life, you get to choose what heaven looks like and feels like for you. And please feel free to type it into the chat, into the comments, so that it can be used in our opening prayer as well, at whatever spiritual quality it is. And please know that what you choose for yourself, you're choosing for all. Why? Because we're all one. And out of this one love, we get to live heaven. So, choosing heaven. Greetings. I pray that you have made some healthy choices. And I know that we already have some choices at hand, knowing that every thought is a wonderful opportunity to choose what heaven looks like for you. We have Ellen choosing expansion. Oh, how powerful that is! How wonderful it is to know that as the universe expands, so do we. And in our expansion is One Love Center. We are doing it on the foundation with a mission. And our mission is to provide a stable and welcoming community for all who choose to learn, practice, grow, and play in the unfolding of their understanding of spiritual principles and, of course, spiritual living. Our vision is a world as a sacred environment where spiritual living flourishes through the continual growth and development of the learning and application of these spiritual principles. That's how we get to live spiritually, by a spiritual principle. And One Love Center practices compassion in service, love in action, and joyous, prosperous giving in the community. Also, our community is lovingly created as a place of fellowship, meditation, prayer, sacred and healing service, musical celebration, classes, workshop, and spiritual film. So we welcome each and everyone, whether you're a guest or you've been with us for a while. We're closing up our 13th year. So how wonderful that is. And so we, as we always say, and for those who are watching for the first time, maybe it's not live, maybe it's a recording, doesn't matter. Our heart is in the right place. And we know that our heart and mind and soul is in the right place when we say that we recognize the splendor of the infinite divine spirit that is you. And please know that we support you in being the best that you choose to be in this glorious life. And we thank you for celebrating spirit with us today. Welcome to a place where love grows. Welcome to One Love Center for Spiritual Living. Yes, and big welcome. And one of the things that we do, that we love to do, that we are trained to do, that we are born to do, is to pray, is to know the truth. All of us are born to know the truth, like our highest and best truth. That's why we're here on the planet, to return to the truth, return to love. And as practitioners, as spiritual practitioners, that's our job. And we do that with prayer. And our main form of prayer is affirmative prayer. And we have right now Ellen Suazo, who's going to join us with our opening prayer and start it off with steeped in the foundation of love and truth. And here is Ellen.
Well, good morning, One Love Center. So allow yourself to just be steeped in that love, remembering the powerful being that you are, that I am. And remember that every time I say I am speaking about each one of you as well, as we recognize that there's only one power, one mind, the universal laws, the universe, whatever we want to call it, whatever we choose to be recognized with it. Just remember that there's only oneness, regardless of how far or how close each one of us is to each other. And so what I am knowing for this celebration of today is that I am here. I am here to remember my truth. I'm here to remember the powerful being that I am as God, in God, expressing and expanding and being all that I am here to be. As I allow myself to be still and to recognize that regardless of all the forms that divine spirit shows up in my world, it is I. And as I accept it, as I embrace it, and see it as a different form of the divine in me, I begin to unite myself with that love, with that greatness, with the expansion, with the richness. It is so good to remember that. As we start the celebration, I invite you to join me in that knowing, in knowing that there's no separation, that there's only one as God. Take a deep breath and receive that truth for yourself. And so it is, and now it is. So now we bring Reverend Rodney back into the screen. Oh, no, that's not true. So what I just did just now is a evocation. And the evocation is to invoke the divine within me. And when I say me or I'm speaking about you. Remember that. And every time I invoke the divine of me, what I am doing is just recognizing the powerful being that I am as God, that you are as God. And here at One Love Center, we have prayer professionals ready, willing, and able to remind you that spirit is full of power, charged and already within you for immediate use. And remember, we pray for you for 7 days. Send your request via email at onelovecenter.org, or you can send us a message at 646-685-3344. You can also join go to the CSL Prayer Ministry, and you can do that at oneprayer@csl.org, or you can give them a call at 424-235-4326. And remember that all your prayers are confidential. We do not share your prayers with anyone. Whatever situation or condition you like to shift, you like to adjust, make sure that you connect with us so we can help you change or shift that situation that you are requiring to shift. So remember, we are here for you. And so now we bring we begin with our theme of the month. We continue with the theme of the month, which is living the unlikable. And this week we have the soul of the octopus, and this 5th week of November. So we have Reverend Rodney here with us, and we like to have this beautiful conversation about liking and accepting and embracing the unlikable. And I don't know about you, but when I think about the octopus, I feel like, ooh, what a creature. It's hard for me to wrap my head around the octopus. But what I've learned through this, through learning about it, is that it's an amazing being. Okay, it's an amazing being. And so we invite Reverend Rodney to start us off.
Well, thank you, Ellen. It's always a pleasure to be in this love together. One love. This is what we do. I'm just so grateful that we have the opportunity to learn. Whenever we have these presentations, it's not like we know everything. I'll speak for myself. However, it's like learning about the octopus, which is like, personally, I don't like to eat octopus. It's just whatever thoughts I have about the octopus translates to me not wanting to eat an octopus. I think they're interesting creatures, very different. There's nothing like them, and it's just, I think, is this creepiness around it. Like they can move in ways that nothing else can move, and they can fit into the smallest spaces, and Yet, they have like more than one heart, more than one brain. It's incredible. And they're just another one of the creator's creations. Uh, but then I realized, well, I have whatever thoughts I have about them, I didn't originate those thoughts. I learned them from somebody else, or other people, or other groups, or TV, or radio, or movies, or something. Like every time I think of Octopus, I think of this monster movie where this giant octopus is destroying ships and going onto the land and killing people. And it's so ingrained in my head. That's the first thought that comes to my mind about an octopus. And
Mhm.
so I'm pretty sure that, like myself, there are many of us who have thoughts about other creatures that just come right to mind, whether it's true or not, because I know that no giant octopus came and destroyed like New York City, or came out of the ocean and just ripped apart boats. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. However, I don't have never heard any evidence of it. And it's kind of like how we treat each other without evidence. All of a sudden, I'm not liking that person because of some learned, thought or belief or behavior, that has no basis in truth. And that's why we bring these teachings, at least once a week. Uh, for those who are fortunate enough to want to take classes, and we go deeper to finding about what love is and what's likable, what's not likable. And I told myself, because of this, what we've been doing this month, focusing on the octopus as well, is like, well, I guess I'll give it another chance. Meaning, I give myself another chance, you know, to love what I considered unlikable. And it's very interesting how we can go through life not liking something or someone, even if there's no proof. And even if there was proof at one point, at one time, does that mean it's forever? you know? So we get to discover, about the soul of an octopus. I mean, who thought an octopus even had a soul? Every living thing has a soul, right? Is that right?
That's right. That's right. And I think what you were saying I never really looked into too much about the octopus, but going into this topic this week and learning that the octopus has three hearts. Can you imagine? Three hearts? We only have one. He has three hearts, nine brains, and blue blood. When I read that, I was just like, whoa, wow. You know, I've known about octopus for my entire life that I can remember, but to know this specific about it, it really shifts something about it. It really shifts something in me. And like you said, we tend to judge everything around us, everything that is different. But again,
Mhm.
it's something that we have learned in our culture. We've learned it primarily in our homes. That's where we first learned it. And then everywhere else supported what we learned at home.
Mhm.
So I think that is interesting how we can actually, when we become aware that all this is learned, we can break that cycle. We can break that cycle and we can say, you know what? Just because it's different, just because they look different, because their skin is different than mine, their hair, and the language they speak, whatever difference it is, to know that all the outside, it matters, but it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
because what really matters is what's within us, is to really realize that we are all, each one of us, there's not one of us that is not a form, it has taken a form as God. It has taken a form as God. God is, I am God. God is living through me as Ellen. When I really sink that idea into me, and I just sink that idea into me, but to really be with it, to really know it in deep in my soul. And I'm still not 100% grasp that, because if I was grasping that 100%, oh my God, my life experience will be so much different. But I am happy with what I am experiencing, and to know that God, through Ellen, as Ellen is experiencing an amazing life.
Mm-hmm.
And that gratitude that comes to me, it's just amazing. I was at the beach this morning. I go to the beach every weekend with the kids. And today was what we do before we start our service. And I was so filled with gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
sitting there and just saying, my God, what a blessing. What a blessing to be here, and to have chosen to be here, and to follow what the vine says to me. This is where I want to be as Ellen.
Thank you so much for that. For one thing, gratitude is like the quote says, is one of our chief graces. It's like when we can be grateful and don't even have to have a reason to be grateful, just be grateful. That's one of our greatest powers. And something else that you mentioned, uh, the spirit within you. And that's really our job, like on a planet, is to recognize spirit in everything, because there's only one creator that created everything out of itself. And there's a Bible quote that says, uh, attributed to Jesus, the Christ, is like, when you see me, you see he who sent me. I and my Father are one. And that wasn't, we know today that wasn't just for him. That was his teaching. That was the message to everyone. He's like, no, this is not just for me, bragging about me. Like, no, he's letting us know this is the consciousness that we need to adopt. Like, when you see me, you see that which made me. You see the creator as me. Oh, how awesome that is. So that translates to, every time I see an octopus, I see that which created I see the spirit, the soul. I see God in as the octopus. Who am I to question the creation, the creator's creations, the creator's creations? Who am I to say, God, why did you make that? Well, I do question it some, but
Not only that, but with 3 hearts. Imagine.
Right.
Like, so, I can wrap my head around that.
Can imagine? It's like that would make us very loving.
Super loving.
Times 3. Yes. So let's bring up a quote to further us along in this study.
So we have this quote that says, the truth is that nothing exists except spirit interacting with itself. Deepa Chopra.
And that's awesome.
And the question that we like to have our viewers, whether you're here now or later, please know that we welcome all your engagement. Make sure that you type in your answers or your thoughts about it. We love to read them. So it says, when I look at the world around me, where do I notice spirit interacting with itself, even in situations of people I find challenging? I like to share something. This morning, as I was driving back home from the beach, I saw, and this was an interesting experience to me. And I guess because we're speaking about this topic, right? And it has been in my mind to be able to see everything as one. regardless of the form of how it's showing up, and to be in that place of non-judgment. And when I say non-judgment, meaning whether it's good or bad, or being homeless is bad or it's good, when I do not judge it as good or bad and just be with it. I used to have this feeling when I used to have people see people homeless or situations that I have been thought that they're not good. They have been judged as not good or good. That's not good. I will feel interesting emotions about it. And today, with my awareness that I was today, I've been practicing, but today I really notice it. So beautiful how I was able to see someone, on the road selling some candies, and I never buy the candies. I just give them the money, but to have no judgment about that. And I used to have some judgment about it. And to find myself in that space, it was just like, oh, wow, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. And that, to me, I don't know about anybody else, but to me, that was an experience that was so much different than all the 50 plus years that I've lived in this planet, in this lifetime. And I feel excited about it. I said to myself, okay, my practice is really working. I know I still have more to go, but divine love really showed me I am doing the work. I am doing the work. I am expanding. And as I expand, what I know is that when I expand, I am expanding you as well. And that even excites the hell out of me even more.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. It's like, and that was your word to start us off, was expansion. And I like to greet people with grand rising consciousness. If you ever get an email or a text from me, I love to put that in there, because as we are rising in our consciousness, we are expanding our capability to understand, especially to see spirit interacting with itself, to see the presence of the divine with itself. Like when I do a lot of prayer, I always say, I like to say that we are ones of the one, that every one of us is of the one, and when it comes to relationships, the fact that there's only one relationship, the relationship that God has with itself, as all of the different aspects and varieties of itself. And so, when I look at the world around me, it's still, it takes practice to see spirit interacting with itself, especially when there's strife and conflict and anger and rage and hurt and harm. I'm like, they just don't know. It's still spirit, but they have the veil over their brain, over their eyes, over their ears. They're not hearing love. They're not seeing the love that each and every one is. And that's really our job, is to notice spirit. And you start by looking in the mirror. It's like, we got to do our mirror work. Yes, I am love. And what makes me different from anybody else? No, we are all love. And the part that makes us different is so small. It's like less than 1% of all that we are. And, we transcend the physical. That's why this is a metaphysical teaching. We focus on the life that God is, that life is, the life that life shows up in all the different varieties. I mean, if we weren't talking about an octopus, we might be talking about a platypus. It's like another creature that is like, wow, this is a weird one. But it's got a purpose on the planet, like each and every one of us, to show what spirit is. And you can't just say it's any one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have another quote here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wanna read it, Reverend Rodney?
Sure. Thanks. It says, every living soul is a point of personified God consciousness, immutable power. Now, you are not approaching the point. You are that now. That's by Ernest Holmes. Love and Law, page 46. I mean, that's kind of like what I was just mentioning.
Mhm.
That everyone is the individualized expression of the one. That's the point that Jesus, that the stories about Jesus is like, no, we're all in this together, because there's only one of us. We just, what good would it be if we all look the same, talk the same? We're
Boring.
we they say variety is the spice of life. There's no way that life could be enjoyable if everything looked like everything else. Then it wouldn't really satisfy what life is, that vibrancy, and to know that there is a power within each and every one of us, especially when we recognize the truth. We we are that God consciousness in form, and that's really our job. If you uh, look at our teaching symbol, which is a circle, which is the continuity of life. You can write this down. It's one of these teaching moments. It's a circle. I don't mean you, Ellen. I mean, because you already know this. I mean, everybody, and many of you already know. There's a circle, the continuity of life, never, no beginning, no end, and inside there's like a V. It looks like a V, and it starts at the top. And at the top is the God consciousness. That is the mind of the divine that created the divine idea that has created everything out of itself. And that one line goes down. One part of the V is the descent of thought into form. Okay, and so in from the idea of who we are, that the idea that from the divine mind that created us, and we're at the bottom of that. It doesn't mean that there's nothing, no judgment about being at the bottom. We're just the manifestation of that divine idea. The God consciousness part is where we, and our job is to return with the knowingness of who we are. That's what it's about. That's that point that we actually are now. It's our job to realize it, to recognize it, realize it, and live from that place. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's possible in my life when I accept that I am that, and that I'm already here now at that point, instead of trying to be it, trying to become it, there's a difference. I don't have to try to become it. I am it. It's like that, I am it, you are it, we are it. My acronym for IT, like when you see the affirmations or whenever I write the word it, most of the time, capital I, capital T. For me, that stands for infinite truth. What's the infinite truth? That God is all there is, everywhere, all the time. And that's the truth of who we are. So, anyway, that's what I want to share about the quote. Anything for you?
Mm. I just want to again engage the viewers into the question that we have. It says, what becomes possible in my life when I accept that I am already a point of God consciousness rather than someone trying to become it? Okay. And what I like to say is that you can never try. You either be it or not. So we are here to be it. That's what we're here to do. We are infinite beings as God, a form. God, whenever you see yourself in the mirror or you see other, you are seeing God as you. And when we can really understand that, Jesus, one of the greatest that we most a lot of us follow or learned about him, that was his teaching. His teaching was for us to understand and to know that we are one as God. And when we have that consciousness, we are here to enjoy all of it because it's all God, and God, as all of it, is there to enjoy it all and to have it all and to be it.
Absolutely. I want to thank John Boone and Alejandro Gali. Please feel free to comment. Put something in the comments if you like. If you have any questions, thoughts, ideas, comments, let us know. Whatever question might be. But thank you for joining with us. And thank you for all those who I don't know who you are, but thank you for being with us. And so, yeah, it reminds me of Star Wars for those who saw it. And I think it was the second one where Luke Skywalker is getting trained by Yoda, and he's trying to lift his fighter jet out of the swamp. He says, "I can't do it," and he says, "I can't. I don't believe it," And Yoda's like, "That's why you don't achieve it because you don't believe it." He said, "But I tried." Yoda says, "He says, do or do not do. There is no try." So we're going to say be, and you can't help but be. So there is no trial. It is just your nature to know that you are this powerful entity of God consciousness in form. That's all. Just like everything and everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a powerful way of living for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a powerful way of living. It's amazing.
And I got to admit, sometimes it's a bit scary to know that I have this power like everybody else, and the power that I have doesn't take away from anybody, doesn't take away from your power, doesn't take away from anybody's power.
Yeah.
We all have equal access to it. It's just amazing.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. You really did. It was beautiful. That was so good. It was just the right timing too. I was about to say, and you jumped in and said it. That was so good.
Listen, that's one mind in full effect.
That's a good example of that we are all one.
That's right. That's what we try to tell you. No, that's what we are telling you.
Yeah, we try.
We had another quote. Let's do that one.
Okay, the next quote is let's see. Did I jump in? No. Yes. So this is the next quote. The next quote say, as the oil is in the mustard seed, butter in milk, water in the river, so abides the unborn God in the born soul of men. Hindu wisdom teachings. Dan Gopal Mukherjee, devotion passages from the Hindu Bible. And the questions that we like to reflect on is, how does my understanding of myself change when I imagine the divine as something already inherent within me, waiting to be revealed like oil in a seed? I personally, I must say, it's just like you said it before. It feels so immense, right? It feels like, wow, really? That's what am I? Really? Really? And all it takes is for me, for you and me, to embrace that truth of who I am, so I can begin to live that life that I, in my inner heart, in my heart, know that I'm here to live. Yeah. You know that? It is. Sometimes when I really reflect on it, I'm just like, gee, this is so profound that just the thought is just like, wow. And the reality is that divine is powerful. You are powerful. And what's coming to me right now is, if you're having a challenge accepting this truth about you, practitioners are here to know that truth about you, so you can begin to remember it, because it's in you. It's just that you have been thrown so much dirt that you forgot. And to hear it for the first time, it's like we are planting the seed that will starts to get you out of under the dirt. What do you say, Reverend Rodney?
Well, I have to say this, Ellen. Thank you again. Took the words right out of my mouth. However, I want to add to this because you are hearing this message that you have not heard before, especially for those who have not heard anything like this before. There's a reason. There's a reason. There's something going on in your life or that will come up. That means, there's information here that you need to know about you, about maybe, judgments you have about an octopus or anything else or anyone else. And you get to look at yourself. Like, why do I have that judgment? What do I think about myself? If I had the capacity somehow to dislike something or someone, is there something within me that I don't like? Because where did that come from? How did I transfer that thought to something else? Why am I familiar with not liking, not loving? And so it's so important to understand myself as divine. So that's what I can look at when I look at others. Okay, it's already within me. So it's scary. It's like, no, you don't have to get it. You can't get it. You got it. You were born with it, and so is everyone else. Not it. Do we all act like we know it, or do we all live like we know it, or that we have this immense, incredible power locked up inside, like the oil in a seed? You know what? That oil doesn't come out by itself most of the time. You know what it takes? It takes heat. It takes energy. It takes something going on, some kind of friction for things to be released. Sometimes, like Ellen said, we may have challenging moments that are requiring us. It requires us to become unsettled, to open up, to release that true splendor, to release that power, to release that oil, that lubricates and makes our way smooth. But first, we got to kind of crack up, break up. We have to open up. And practitioners, ministers are practitioners as well. That's why we're here, to help you recognize the truth, to recognize, because we believe that this is a truth that you've always known, except maybe you never heard it in this way. Maybe you never felt it in a way that you understood. And that's the important thing, to get an understanding of your true nature, the true nature of life, because there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. And that life is my life now. That's our mantra, many of us. Knowing the truth is about us and living from that place of truth. So thank you for asking, Ellen.
That's good. That's very good. I love
Do you
it.
have another quote that we want to get out just in case?
Let me see. Oops.
Go for it.
Okay. So he says, if one can give up likes and dislike, the world becomes double its space for us to move about. Then we do not go about chasing half the things and running away from the other half. And that is Swami Chimayananda.
Yeah. I think,
That quote, it really, what the image that comes to me is like I'm in the middle and I cannot go one way and the other way. I'm stagnant in one place. So I might think that I am moving forward, but no, I'm not. I'm stagnant because I cannot move in both directions at the same time. So how about if we just embrace what is? And that's an amazing practice. I remember, I'm going to tell you a story here. I remember 2000, I believe it was 2008, but it was early on in the 2000. My older son came to live with us again. And, we were having a conversation and he just said to me, "It is what it is, Mom." And I have never forgotten that, because something came to me, that day, like, oh my God, he's right. It is what it is. No need for me to want to change it or to judge it. What if I could just be with it? What if I could just be with what is and just be still with it? Embrace it. And as I did, whatever situation was going on, as I did that, I started to feel peace about it. It didn't mean that the situation disappeared. It didn't mean that the situation fixed right away. But what happened within me shift. It shifts so much that I still remember that day. My son. So be open to learn from the little ones, because you never know, and you will know when God is speaking to you from so many places to wake you up to the knowing.
It's so interesting because, and thank you for that. It's like, where's our focus? You know, if we're trying to look in both places of likes and dislikes and holding on to that, that's holding a lot of space. That if we just focus on love, you know, and even loving the unlikable, instead of splitting ourselves up and having to have I mean, just being separate and apart from the oneness. What keeps me separate and apart from another? Yeah, that takes up more space. Let's move in the same direction, in the direction of love. Yeah, so thank
Not
you.
only that, but I think it takes a lot of energy as well, because
Yeah.
even, what's coming to me is that this few days ago in the United States, they celebrate Thanksgiving. It's a day where people come together in families and share food and share fun. But also I've heard that it hasn't been my experience, but I heard that there's a lot of time where people come together where they don't like each other. They have dislikings or situations or conditions going on in families. And instead of being a happy moment, it's a moment like they come together and they're reminded of whatever situation they have in their hearts or mind. So how about if in those moments that we come together with our families and our loved ones, our friends, and even those people that we do not agree with, because we don't have to agree with people. We don't have to agree or like what's going on. But if we could just be with it, doesn't mean that you like it. It doesn't mean that you dislike it. You're just being in it because it is you. It is part of you as well.
And thank you for that. And I heard about a situation that happened around that holiday. And the only thing that comes to mind is it's a call for love. Anytime there's that strife or conflict, even among family members, and they say, well, we don't get to choose our family, you know, well, that's even more reason to practice love. you know, you say we can choose our friends, but we can't choose our family. Well, we can make family our friends, and we can therefore love them, because if they're acting out in anger and hurting one another, they just don't know how to ask for love. They don't know how to say I love you, or receive it when somebody says I love you. And instead, we're taking up too much space, like you're saying, with that, not just dislike, but going even to other levels of trying to protect ourselves, and then acting out in that way, thinking that we're protecting ourselves, when actually we're afraid of opening up to that true power within us, because people don't have practice doing it. And again, we're practitioners. We can help people with that. If you're on the receiving end of something that seems like hurt or harm or strife or conflict, get with your practitioner so that you can get with yourself, your higher self, and be with that place within, that even if you can't change what's going on the outside, you can change how you feel about it on the inside. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're muted, Ellen. Yeah, it's okay.
I think this is a good segue for us to go into our affirmations for today. So here's the first one. It is so. Oh, before we do our affirmations, I like you to just ground yourself in the conversation that we just mentioned, and to be in love. Remember to be love. We're not here to change anybody. We're just here to be what I like to see in the world. And I am here to see love. And so I choose to be love, right? Regardless of what anybody does. And so let's take that conversation into our hearts. And with that conversation, as we lock it in with our affirmations, let's take a deep breath. And it is so that I expand my circle of recognition so wide that nothing is outside my love, my awareness, or my compassion. Again, let's take a deep breath and really anchor this affirmation. It is so. I expand my circle of recognition so wide that nothing is outside my love, my awareness, or my compassion.
Mm.
The next one, Reverend Rodney.
Take a breath. Give a breath. It says, "It is so that I honor the divine even in what is radically unfamiliar, knowing all life expresses the one." Let's take a breath. Let's let that resonate. Mm. And repeat again. It is so that I honor the divine even in what is radically unfamiliar, knowing all life expresses the one. Mm.
Mm. The last one. Take a deep breath. It is so that I live from a vast inner awareness that embraces difference, dissolves separations, and reveals universal bliss.
Mm.
Take a deep breath. It is so that I live from a vast inner awareness that embraces differences, dissolves separation, and reveals universal bliss. And so it
It is
is,
so,
and
and so
now
it
it
is,
is.
and now it is.
Mm.
Yes, thank you, thank you. And so we like to anchor this in prayer. We like to just know that there is a deep foundation of truth in what has been shared. And so I will take it upon myself to lead us in affirmative prayer. It's basically a 5-step prayer. It's basically knowing the truth. And the truth is, as we go within, and feel free, if you like, to close your eyes to further move into that grand rising conscious awareness of truth. That there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's the life of each and every one that has ever existed, and those who are here on the planet now, and those who are on the way, knowing that there's no timeline for life. And life is always existing in infinite form because the universe is expanding, because the presence of the divine mind is expansive. And we've been using that word today, knowing that there's only one that is never less. It's always more of itself. The creator is always creating. And so I am knowing that even if an octopus seems strange, there might be even stranger creatures. And strange is only that which is unfamiliar. It doesn't mean it's wrong, it doesn't mean it's bad. It means it just is another form of the one for all, or of the one. And just as something might seem strange to me or anyone else, well, myself or anyone else might seem strange to some other creature. And because of that, yes, there is honor and respect and love and appreciation and gratitude for all that the Creator makes of itself. For who am I to judge what should exist and the way it should exist? Who is anyone to decide for the Creator way of being and doing and having itself show up as each and every one of us? And so I'm knowing this is true in all aspects of our life, all aspects of life as it shows, the one life as it shows up, that it's all lovable, whether like it or not, it's all lovable. And as we rise in our conscious awareness, as we expand in our awareness of truth, oh, yeah, I get to like it. I get to, and all of us who say I am, which is each and every one that has existed, gets to say I am of the one. And so therefore, I get to like myself as I am. Each one gets to like themselves as they are. This is the true nature of life in each and every one's affairs of relationships, because there's only one. There's the presence of the divine, there's God that relates to itself through each and every one in its existence. And each and every one gets to have a greater understanding of who they are and why they are, not having to become it, that each one is it. And this is true in all of our affairs for our health. Vibrant health is the order of the day. It is it. We don't have to become healthy. Each one is expressing divine health to the best of their recognition and awareness and realization, expanding that knowledge, expanding that awareness of perfect, vibrant health, spirit, body, soul, emotion. So there is never any need for strife or conflict or war or anything that would separate each other. No, it is an inclusive life. I am knowing this. Everything is included in this life. All that is necessary to have it, to live in a prosperous, abundant life is available to each one now. As the quote by Reverend Knight said, "I like money, and money likes me." That's right. It's all the activity of God. I know this is true in each and every one's affairs, all of our affairs, right here, right now. And I affirm this by knowing that it is the truth. It shows up as truth. It shows up as a greater awareness that this truth is already vibrant within each and every one of us, like the oil in the seed. So I let it be the good that is expressing itself to be, expanding itself to be in the here and the right now in powerful ways. As I affirm by saying it is so, and so it is, and now it is.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Reverend Rodney. That was nice. That was really truth. That's the truth of who you are. And what I like to bring about right now is that was a prayer. That is a treatment. We call it treatment. Um, and that treatment has 5 steps. And so we do that as practitioners because we know the truth for you. Okay. So remember that One Love Center has prayer professionals ready and willing and able to remind you that you are the spirit that spirit is full of power, charge, and already within you for the immediate use, for your immediate use. So remember to send your prayer requests at onelovecenter.org. And you can also leave a voice at 646-685-3344, or you can also go with Centers for Spiritual Living World Ministry of Prayer and send them an email at prayer@csl.org, or you can give them a call at 424-235-4326. And remember that all your prayers are confidential. We do not talk about your prayers. We keep praying for you for 7 days. And if 7 days pass and we don't hear from you, we stop praying for that situation or condition. And if for any reason you want us to keep praying, you make sure that you contact with us, and we'll be more than happy to continue to pray for that situation. In case that you have nothing to no condition, no situation that you want to pray for, like Reverend Ronnie like to say, pray. Let's keep praying that your life still flowing with ease and grace, and so you can continue to have a blissful life experience.
Thank you.
I think at this point, we'd like to invite you to bring out your way of saying thank you for feeding us spiritually. I am so inspired that for that conversation that you both had, but more than anything, we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you who have been supporting One Love Center for 13 years. Can you believe that? 13 years. Yes, 13 years. I've been here for most of those years. I'm grateful that One Love Center was there, because I came to One Love Center when I was looking for a center, and I am so grateful that I landed at the right place at the right time, and it was there. So I feel like One Love Center was born for me. So make sure that you send your donation. This is a wonderful time, a wonderful moment to send your donations. Go to onelovecenter.org, click on the donate button, and it's going to take you through the PayPal process. Or you can also send your donations via Cash Me app at the symbol sign, $ CSL. No, it's $ One Love CSL. That's the symbol for the WhatsApp. And it's easy, because if you've done it before, it's like 1 second, you get it done fast. Also with the PayPal, the beauty of PayPal is that you can do recurring sending money every month, every week, whatever you want to do. That's the way I like to do it, because I don't even have to think about it. And you know what? God is always providing to make sure that that amount is in the bank. Okay, I don't have to think about it. So you can do that. When you do that, is that you're trusting 100% that that amount that your heart tells you that is there for One Love Center, because we support you in your spiritual journey. It means that you're saying, I trust, I am being provided for that and so much more. What a beautiful way of affirming your truth of abundance, of financial abundance. And at this moment, we'd like to do our affirmation of abundance. So keep your hand in your heart with that amount that you know that is not making a hole in your pocket, that is not breaking your account, but is expanding and is increasing the good in your life. That's what I want you to have in your heart, and to give from that place of joy. Okay, so here we go. Money, as one of the many gifts of spirit, is good. As I share my offering, I know that I'm actively creating a space to receive more gifts, more money, and more good. I am grateful for the ability to give and the good works that this gift do in our center and in our world. And now it is, and so it is. Ashe, amen. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you so much. I'm going to, and it's so true. To say the Lord loves a cheerful giver. And we know the word Lord is synonymous with law. The law loves a cheerful giver. When you have that energy, that just bursting forth from within, it impacts the law. And the law is like, oh, is yeah, is that so? Well, try this on. It's like, hey, how do you like it now? And it's just a wonderful flow of that energy. Thank you so much, Ellen. All right. So, first and foremost, One Love Center is looking for tech support. We're requesting a friend or a member or a friend of a member or anyone who wants to participate in giving, that wonderful, practice of giving, impacting the law, in managing our broadcasts. You can contact us. You can call 646-685-3344 or email onelove@onelovecenter.org. And to be of service, bless you and thank you for the consideration. All right. So also, what if you were to join Ellen Suazo on her upcoming destination retreat? You are invited to be part of this beautiful adventure on a semi-private island in Cazota, Puerto Vallarta, in Mexico. Anything else you want to say about that, Ellen? You can reconnect with your essence. This is what we're talking about. Your essence. I would say it says reconnect. For many, it's connect. Okay. Rest deeply and expand in community. Learn more and reserve your spot. And here's the information below. You can take a picture of it or you can type it really quickly. We'll put it in the chat, in the comment. And so now's the time, and there's special opportunities if you want to attend. So go to that website, check it out as soon as you can. All right. So also, thank you for watching. Thank you for maybe even considering yourself a member. You can do so formally. Send us an email that says, hey, I want to be a member. And you, therefore, when you do that, you can subscribe to our monthly Science of Mind magazine. Okay. Members of One Love and members of our spiritual centers everywhere can receive 6 months free of the Science of Mind magazine. So go to our website and join our email list. Let us know. Send us an email that says, hey, I'm signing up. And we sign you up for 6 months of free membership subscription for Science of Mind magazine, which is so much wonderful information. Things that maybe you've known, which is confirmation, like, oh, I knew that. Oh, that's great. Or it could be unfolding and expanding your conscious awareness through so many things spiritual. All right. So also, there's something else coming up. 2 things. One, I don't see it here. However, this summer, there is the People of African Descent New Thought Group celebrating our soul conference. This is the 3rd one coming up this summer, August 13th to the 16th. The theme is claiming our sacred power. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Knowing the truth of who you are. 4 days of awakening, journey, celebration, and embodiment. All right. Now, it's not here. However, there is another convention of the Americas in Lake Chapala, Mexico. And how often? It's going to be in July next year. And it is really a heartwarming, intimate convention full of spiritual practice, spiritual music, everything. It's just high, and it's nestled away kind of in the mountains. And it's just a beautiful opportunity to connect with other like-minded people from around the world. So that's it for those announcements. I'm going to bring Ellen back. Any final thoughts?
Just grateful to be here. Every time I am here, I feel so grateful to be able to connect and to express the blissful life that we can have when we say yes, when we align ourselves with divine love, when we recognize and remember that I am God, as Ellen. And when I say I remember, I'm talking about you too.
That's right. And thank you, Ellen. It's always a pleasure having you ever since our very beginning, almost from the very beginning, but most certainly into who we are now. And to everyone watching, thank you. Thank you, John, and thank you, Alejandro. Um, we appreciate and to everyone, whether you're watching this live or you're watching a recording, please feel free to share it. I'm sure there's something here that somebody will want to hear and feel and know. Okay. And practice, because that's what it's about. We don't keep this to ourselves. All right. So, thank you so much. We're going to close with prayer. We have a wonderful song. Hopefully you haven't heard it before, but if you have, you'll love hearing it. And so just knowing that right where I am, God is the creator that has created everything out of itself, has first and foremost made a foundation of love, gratitude, and appreciation and thankfulness, because with that, we're operating in a space of oneness, in a space of appreciation, in a space of recognizing the divine in everyone, whether they know it about themselves or not. And I pass my word to Al.
I am just so grateful that we have been able to be in this space and knowing that without a doubt that there's a soul out there that has been touched by the message that we were inspired to share. I am knowing that the more we recognize our oneness, our unity, the more we expand in consciousness, and the more we expand in consciousness, the better world we get to experience anywhere, everywhere. And for that, I am so grateful. And I release this knowing it is so. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe, amen.
And now it is. Ashe. Amen. Right on. All right. Thank you, everyone. We are prayed in, prayed up, prayed around, prayed about. And now we're going to sing it out. And just let me bring up that song. Okay, I moved it. It's here. I know it's here. And really is about learning to love ourselves and appreciate who we are, that we can appreciate each and every one. That's what it's about. So this song will certainly help us do that as soon as I can find it. So interesting. I don't see it now. Hold on. I'm coming. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll have to have a different song. Okay. Oh, thank you for your patience. It'll be well worth it as soon as I find it. All right, we got it. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, and you can love you so much you can start loving me. Wonderful way to go through the day. And thank you, Ellen. And thank you, everyone, for watching and sharing this. And just, hey, maybe we're all an octopus in somebody's eyes, so we get to love and like God's creations in wonderful, powerful ways. Peace and blessings. See you next week.